Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of Beyond the Barricade. We are live. It is 7:31. We had a little late start. Sometimes life happens. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my special guest tonight, special ring announcer and fellow podcaster, Jorge Cervera. How you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in Beyond the Barricade. I am a fan of your work, so it's awesome to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. How'd you even hear of me?
Yeah, sorry.
How did you hear of us here? Well, me at Beyond the Barricade.
For a co-worker, Scarlet,
Mm.
Queen of Hearts, I
Oh,
saw
Scarlett.
he posted a story, Instagram story, and
Uh-huh.
then I saw the interview you made
Right, right.
to her, and I say,
Scarlett.
oh my god, it's a good content. So after that, I follow you and I write you like, hey, nice work. I really enjoy the podcast, and so it's okay. And you told me, hey, we need to make something, and I say, yeah. So
Yeah, that's
here we
right.
are.
Awesome, man. Thank
Yeah,
you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I've been doing this for a couple of years, not streaming. I've been doing it at Victory Pro Wrestling, and then I decided to go stream, and now it's starting to take off. So I'm very excited for what the future holds for it.
yeah, that's cool. So good luck.
Thank you. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Tell me
Yeah.
how you started with wrestling, like how you found love with wrestling, and then how you started.
Well, I fell in love with wrestling. Well, I need to say first, I'm Mexican. I'm
Okay.
from I'm from Yucatan. Merida, Yucatan is the last part of Mexico, so it's so far away
Oh.
from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And in that part of the country, it's complicated to find people they like wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I began watching the lucha libre. That is
Right. Right.
when I begin with wrestlers like Atlantis, Octagon, Máscara Sagrada, and
Mm-hmm.
after that, um, in the birthday of my brother
Mm-hmm.
in August 18 of 2013, that day happened SummerSlam. So I was okay. I want to watch that show, and that night, Randy Orton cashed the Money in the Bank
Uh-huh.
versus Daniel Bryan after he win the WWE title, and
Right.
I was like, "What? Why this happened? I need to know what happened next." So I was the beginning of YouTube.
Right.
So I I found WWE on YouTube, and
Okay.
I began learning what is the wrestling, the storytelling. So
Mm-hmm.
in that time, I was like 8 years old, something like that. 8 years old.
Wow. You look
Yeah,
really young. How old are you?
yeah. I'm 17. I'm
Wow.
17.
Okay.
I'm
And you're
17.
already ring announcing. Holy cow.
Yeah, but I begin in the industry of wrestling at 12.
Okay.
At 12, I begin um, be ring announcer. I make my debut
Right.
at 12 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
how I begin? I love to. I enjoy so much to take photos with
Mm-hmm.
a professional camera, not only in wrestling in other shows, but now in these years I only love the wrestling to take photos.
Right.
So was 2019,
Mm-hmm.
2018. I don't remember so good, but I go to a wrestling show in my city. Was like the
Uh-huh.
first show in 1 year, and they go wrestlers like Huracan Ramirez,
Uh-huh.
Jack Evans.
Okay.
So I go to
Oh,
take
Jack
photos,
Evans.
and I meet the boss of that company, and he called me and say to me, "Hey, I really enjoy your work. I hope in the future we can make something." And I say, "Yeah, of course." And how old are you? Ask me, and I say, "I'm 12." He say, "Oh my God,
Right.
you are 12 and you take that photos." So he told me, well, he become my friend
Uh-huh.
with the time.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he told me, "Hey, I'm beginning this company and I don't have a ring announcer. You want to be my ring announcer?" And I was like, I don't know, because, well, all the people like wrestling in a moment of her life say, okay, I want to be wrestler.
Right.
And that's for sure. But
Yeah, definitely.
my mom told me
Mm-hmm.
you can't be wrestler. So I was like, okay, it's okay. But
Why did she tell you couldn't be a wrestler?
because she don't want me like punch it or hurt me sometimes. So
Uh,
it's okay. I understand. I understand. So
I tell my son he should be a wrestler.
Well, I need a dad like you. So
Like,
this happens.
that's like,
Um, so I say to me like, okay, I want to be in the industry. How can I make? So I think that's my opportunity to be in the industry. Was
yeah,
my
definitely.
was my debut at April of 2018.
Right.
So I make my debut. I have like 2 months for practice because it's not too difficult, but the emotions you
Two
have at the moment of before, it's so
2 months
complicated
is
to,
good.
yeah, 2 months
I,
to begin.
I I did ring announcing once, and I had like 5 minutes to get ready.
Yeah, I
So
know.
my experience is way different than your experience.
Yeah. I think so, but I really enjoy.
See,
That day I don't do perfect. I don't wasn't my best show. Was the first one.
yeah,
So
trust me,
in
neither
that
did I.
time, yeah, my voice was so different. It's like a voice of a kid. Now
More
it's a
high
little
pitched,
bit
right?
different. Yeah.
Right.
So
More deeper.
yeah. So I really enjoy, and I say like, well, in this moment, some of the wrestlers say, "Hey, why are a kid there in the middle of the ring? So what is happening?" So
Mhm.
was a little controversial for the people in the industry of that part in the country,
Mhm.
but I say, well, this is what I want, and I still gonna be doing. So here we are.
All right, awesome. And when you interview, do you interview at the events or do you go online as well?
Well, I begin the interview like professional in 2020, so it was in the pandemic. I
Oh,
began
okay.
making in I began making in StreamYard,
Right.
and after that, um, some companies give me the opportunity to go to their shows and
Right.
make the interviews. So with the time,
Okay.
I make interviews to wrestlers like Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair in person,
Oh,
or
wow.
Killer Cross, Mexican
Right.
wrestler like Dr. Wagner,
Right. You do
a lot
that
of
where?
wrestlers.
In Mexico?
No, now I am in California. Today I am in
Oh,
California because
but
I come here to be ring announcer in some
right.
companies here. Yeah,
Right. But I
so
mean, when you did like Liv Morgan and stuff like that, you did it in Mexico. Was that here
no, I
too?
did here in California.
Oh,
I did
wow,
here
that's
in
great.
California because, well,
I
that
can't get
time,
any of them to come on my show.
yeah, well, that was
You
a
have some good connections.
was well, I am in the biggest page of lucha libre in Mexico. Well, in Latin America, are called lucha libre online.
Uh-huh.
The person who is the boss there is Hugo Sabinovich. He be
Okay.
um, the commentator in Spanish of WWE for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
So he had a lot of connection. And that time, the people of there told me, "Hey, they're gonna be." That happens on August of 2022. They told me
Hmm.
like, "Hey, there will be the launch party of the tickets of WrestleMania 39. So if you want to go make interviews, we don't have anyone in Spanish. So if you want to go, this is your time." And I say, "Yeah."
Oh,
I,
okay. Yeah. Hell
so
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah,
I would
absolutely.
go
So
too. I speak Spanish, so yo hablo
yeah.
español.
Oh, perfecto.
Yeah, I'm
So
ecuatoriano.
eres de Ecuador.
Yeah. Well, nacido aquí,
Yeah.
pero soy ecuatoriano.
Oh, qué bueno que también hablas español. Well, and the
Sí.
idea was that too. The people saw my interviews and saw my work like ring announcer. So that is
Yeah.
why I'm here in California right now. I will be here in other shows. I'm gonna be here still WrestleMania.
Oh,
So
wow. Yes, it's coming up.
I'm gonna enjoy the time I'm gonna be here and still working in Mexico. So the people can saw
Awesome.
all the
But
things I'll be doing.
but you live in Mexico though, right?
Yeah, I live in
Okay.
Mexico.
Okay.
I only come here to make seasons. So yeah, I'm here I
So is
still
there
in Mexico.
no well since you're 17, there's no school over there right now?
Yeah, high school.
Oh, you're taking a break?
No. I still
Oh, you study
studying.
online?
Yeah, I study online,
Oh, okay.
and I need to go back to Mexico for the exams. So that is why
Oh,
I'm gonna go back, and I don't have any problem because I. The only thing my mom told me, okay, if you want to be in that industry,
right.
you can't stop studying. So I say, okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
I agree.
So, and I don't have any problem because I really
I
want
agree with mom.
to study. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think, okay, it's a good thing to, well, she was a teacher. So it's like, okay, I understand that. So I'm still studying, but I don't want to leave the industry of the wrestling. So I am in the two things. It's a little bit complicated, but I really enjoy the time.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's great. How was your experience with Liv Morgan and all them?
Oh, what's nice that, well, it's so complicated to understand in your mind in that moment. You understand after because you
You're
saw the
you're
wrestlers.
just in the moment at that moment.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we make it was so chaotic because we make on the parking of the stadium
Hmm.
for the time. So they told me, okay, you're gonna come here, make the
Oh,
interviews.
okay.
So there be wrestlers like, well, I don't interview all, but there be wrestlers like Seth Rollins, The Miz, and Snoop Dogg was there.
Oh, wow.
Um, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel. I don't remember the last name. Raquel Rodriguez,
Oh,
and
Rodriguez.
Santos Escobar, and Montes
Right.
Ford.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
Montes Ford was the first guy that I made the interview. Then Santos, and after that, I made an interview. In the same interview, Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, because in that moment, and they both have the titles. Bianca Belair have the Raw Women's champion
All
championship,
right. And
and
he
then
had
Liv Morgan.
the tag team. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant Montez.
Yeah, no. Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan,
I get it.
one have the women's championship of
Raw and
SmackDown,
one had
and the other of the
SmackDown.
Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a good interview.
That's awesome. Are you going to be able to go down there again for WrestleMania? Like, are you going
I
to the
will
shows and stuff?
I will go like a fan because
Oh,
I will
okay.
go like a fan to WrestleMania because all the people want to go to WrestleMania to make interviews and it's a big problem. But I'm gonna have
Yeah,
some
me
shows, some
too.
opportunities to be, yeah, I gonna have the opportunity to be not in WWE but in other
Right.
companies to make interviews in that
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania week.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be usually that week is a big week for independent promotions in the
yeah,
area.
actually now I have that week 5 or 6 shows
Oh,
beginning the
wow, good.
Wednesday. So yeah, it's a lot, but I really gonna enjoy that because I never, well, it's thing are things you only live once in a lifetime. I think for in this moment, so
Absolutely.
I need to enjoy
Listen,
that
you got
moments.
you got to take the opportunity when it comes because if you
Yeah,
sleep on it, it might not come again.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
had the
learned that.
same stuff with me. I had an opportunity to do something, I took it, and you just make those connections, and then as you keep talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
you just meet
Yeah.
new people. You know, just like you. Look, I did an interview with someone. You saw me. You messaged me. Boom.
Oh
Here's a
yeah, yeah, yeah,
connection.
yeah.
I did another interview. A producer who's been around with the company, well, for with wrestling for 50 years, contacted me. Boom. He was on my show with a wrestler's wife who he passed away a long time ago, but he's a big name.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that's how you do. You just gotta keep talking to people and making those types of
yeah.
connections and just
It.
be an authentic person and don't be fake. Like I'm authentic. This is just me. I'm me. So
Yeah. It's
there's
like
nothing
a
fake about me.
it's like a chain of life.
uh,
So I think it's how the life goes. Yeah.
absolutely, man. I'm just like you. I'm having a blast too, right? So as long as you
Oh
have
yeah.
fun doing it, that's all that matters. And
Yeah.
you never know.
That is
Maybe one
the.
day you'll be a wrestler someday.
I
You
don't
never
know. I
know.
don't think so right now. I practice sometime and I recognize that it's a lot of work. Be
It's a lot of work.
a
Yeah.
professional wrestler to learn all that things. I know people like have 6 years training because they want to be perfect.
Hmm.
So I say like, oh my god, that's a lot of time, and I acknowledge that people. Yeah, I really do. The Mexican
Yeah.
wrestlers, well, the all the
Me
wrestlers around
too.
the world. I'm like a fan of their work they do. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I just met not too long ago Juvi Guerrero. I met him at an event. Real nice guy. Real nice guy.
yeah, yeah.
So
There's a nice guy who, yeah,
and those There's Herb now. Hey Herb, how are you, sir? Thank you, thank you. There's two more coming, Herb. I'm a busy guy, Herb. I'm a busy guy. Herb's a good guy. Herb is amazing. He's got this big show coming up in May. It's the Bruiser Brody Memorial, and I've been helping him promote it through
Okay.
my podcast. And yeah, it's a big event. A lot of legends that you might recognize: the Million Dollar Man, Teddy Long. A lot of legends at that show.
Okay.
So
Gonna be a nice
yeah,
show.
it's gonna be a great show. I wish I could go. I mean, but yeah, I might be able to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. As it gets closer, I'll know more if I can take off work and fly down there for the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I still work a full time job and I do this. So I mean, you go to school and you do this. So it's not easy doing this stuff.
Yeah, you need to get the time to make all the things, but in some point you need to think, well, I need to be professional in all the things I do.
Right.
In the school I need to be professional, in the prison I need to be professional, in my life. So not to be perfect, that's impossible. Some days
Right.
you don't have the time to make everything, but you need to make your best try. Yeah.
Absolutely. Jorge, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I know we had a short time today. We had some issues that we were dealing with on both our ends, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely want to have you back maybe towards the end of the summer, go some more experience over there, and then we can talk about some other things
Yeah,
that I
perfect. I
wanted to
really.
talk about now. So, but I'm glad we got a chance to talk. And like I tell everybody, wrestling brings people together. So if it wasn't for wrestling, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met Herb, and I wouldn't have met a lot of good people here. And
Yeah,
even the wrestlers I know locally through here, it's the same thing. So it's just awesome doing this, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
yeah, I feel the same, because you meet people you never seen. You will meet people you begin watching on TV,
Right.
learning about that people. So yeah, it's like a
Absolutely.
boom in your mind. But yeah,
Yeah, you seem
it's
like you're like the
awesome.
type of a person like I am with interviews. It's all about positive stuff and fun stuff, and
Yeah,
that's what I like to do. I know there's podcasters who are not like that, and journalists and stuff like that, but that's not how I'm gonna do my brand of podcasting. So it's good to meet someone that shares similar values. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Especially
I,
someone
I
so young.
understand.
I mean, the sky's the limit for you. I'm old. I'm 50.
Yeah, but
But
never is too late to begin something. Never
that's true.
never it's too far,
I'm
or
proof of that.
yeah, or never is too soon to begin. Like, I really want to do something at the 12 years old, so I begin making something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just
Yeah,
about your drive as a person and what you want to do.
yeah,
And as long as and it's not going to be easy, but as long as you stick to it, you'll get to where you want to be. So
yeah.
thank you very much. Before we leave, please let me know your upcoming appearances where you're going to be in California
In
and where
California,
everybody can follow you.
yeah, I'll be making a tour with a company called RGR.
Hmm.
I will be of this month, 17th of March in Las Vegas, 18th of March in Los Angeles, and 19th of March in Oxnard.
Okay.
So will be the same weekend. So gonna be Friday Las Vegas, Saturday Los Angeles, and Sunday Oxnard. So there will be wrestlers like LA Park, Psycho Clown, Blue Demon,
Oh, wow.
DMT, Dr.
Mhm.
Wagner. So go to check out that in my social media. You can find
Awesome.
there. So yeah,
Where can we follow you on social media so
we
everybody
you
knows?
can you can follow me in Facebook like Jorge Cervera, like this. In
Okay.
Instagram, Jorge Cervera MX.
Uh huh.
So you can find me there. And on YouTube, you can subscribe there. I'm beginning my
Okay.
own YouTube channel. I only have like 82 subs. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm beginning like 1 month ago. So yeah.
Send me the link so I'll subscribe.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And the name of the channel is like this, Jorge Cervera. You can find there. So easy. So you
Awesome.
search there in YouTube, Jorge Cervera, and you're gonna find interviews, blogs, a lot of stuff of wrestling, all this wrestling. So you can find there my
Awesome.
experience in the shows.
Will we see that Liv Morgan one?
No, because I don't begin
Uh,
this in like 1 month ago. But you can
okay. Okay.
find some interviews in my Instagram profile there,
Okay. All right.
so you can find that stuff there. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see that one.
yeah,
All right. As for me, I got a lot of stuff going on, Jorge.
yeah. I know,
I'm
I
a
know, I
busy
know.
guy.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
be
I
at
understand.
the big horror event coming up this Saturday in Queens, New York, with a lot of wrestlers, man, including Cody Rhodes, Charlotte Flair, and Edge. They will be
They
there.
will, they will be there. Oh my
They're going to be
god.
there at that event.
Oh
Also,
my god.
AEW will be there too, represented. The Acclaim, Sammy Guevara, Ty Mello, they're all going to be there. And then the following weekend, whew, I'm tired already. I'm going to Icons of Wrestling, the Spring Fling Convention, back with
Oh
wrestler Robbie Rebel, hanging out. FTR is going to be there.
yeah, actually, I'm
Million
gonna
Dollar
say that.
Man. Hopefully, I can meet the Million Dollar Man. So I'm a big fan of his. We got our season premiere coming up, vlog interaction featuring the 23/6 Heavyweight Championship, the most coveted title in all of YouTube, Jorge. It
That's
was
nice.
made
That's cool.
in Australia by a Bushman.
Okay.
True story. All right, as
Perfect.
well as coming up in a actually, I'm going to start, I think, next week. But we got on April 15th is not that is VPW's Blood, Sweat, and 17th anniversary show. That's Saturday night. Go to vpw.victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets and/or sponsor a wrestler because they offer sponsorship packages. We will see the return of VSK at that event. VSK, who's been all over the world, all over TV. I am hosting for the month of March 15th to April 15th, here and there throughout different interviews. I will be featuring VPW interviews with wrestlers. It's a lot to say, man. A lot to say. So, yeah, I'll be doing Victory Pro Wrestling's anniversary show vlogs coming up. We'll talk all things Victory Pro Wrestling. Stay tuned for those vlogs. Whew. Coming up next for me, I got Joe Ocasio, who's just on AEW Dark the other night. He's coming
Mm-hmm.
up at 8 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. Herb, thank you for being in the chat. I love you, brother. Jorge, thank you for coming on the show. We will definitely see you sometime in the summer. I'm sure we'll have more things that we can discuss together.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. Thank you for the time, for the space to the people saw the
No
things I'll be
problem, man.
making at my short age, I think.
I'm
So
excited for your
thank you
future,
so
man.
much.
I see
Thank you
big
so
things for
much.
you.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on, don't
really.
leave yet. Let me end the broadcast. I want to talk to you real quick. Everybody else, I'll see you in a few with Joe Ocasio.